I'm doing the What's Up today. It's like I want the show to start immediately just so you can stop doing that dance. Well, what's up, people? Welcome to What's Up Emerald Coast. My name is Chris Seaman. This is my buddy RJ Murdoch.
RJ Murdoch.
The super tech nerd of the panhandle and pandemic life. Here to talk about what's going on a Tuesday. Today is my mom's birthday, so happy birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday, Mrs.
Yeah, Mrs. Seaman is it's her birthday. She is 49 again, and well, 59 because she technically has to be older than me. So, but you know, when you don't send anything,
So she had you when you were
my
10
gift
years
was
old,
my
yeah.
gift was, Mom, I found something to do. Created this show with you, so I could just say, "Hi, Mom." That's everybody's dream in front of a camera.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, who
finally got to do it.
Who else wants to spend lunch alone when you can have lunch with us?
Well, besides from that, I just wanted to, the minute you get a camera in you, every kid that scores a touchdown or makes the game-winning shot turns to the camera and, you know, and it's "Hi, Mom." And I finally got to do a "Hi, Mom." So I don't know, I did it on her birthday. So
Yeah.
I'm off the hook. Let me check it off my
I wanted to
list.
do my mom on April 16th, and then, I don't know, we got
You missed the
sidebar.
chance. Yep.
I
You
went
wait
to
till
the-
next
I
year,
went to
buddy.
the closing, and I'm like, oh, crap.
So let's so you got some things to talk about, RJ, about how we even get here today.
You know, we always do the shameless plug, so let's go ahead and set that up. So, of
Our
course,
shameless plug list is growing.
I know it is.
It is growing.
I got to do that better next time.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you're watching us, We're on Facebook Live right now on the Emerald Coast TV Facebook page. Keep in mind that you can comment on that, and we'll may be able to put your comments up on the screen. But also, we are live on YouTube, on Roku, and Amazon Fire, all at the same time.
That's impressive.
We're legit, my friend.
That's impressive.
We are legit.
I don't know if we're legit yet, but we've been talking to some cool people.
And we'd also like to invite you to go ahead and like our new show Facebook page, What's Up Emerald Coast, because the more likes we get on that, then we're going to start putting more that content will be live streaming there instead of what we're doing right now on Emerald Coast TV, because right now we have more likes on Emerald Coast TV. We just want to let you know that we're doing the show.
And share the show with your friends. Very soon I'll get to bribe people if they share it with some free pizza, but that's not an official announcement yet.
Some motivation for sharing.
But feel free to share the show with other people, and you'll be duly rewarded.
And coming soon, a new renovated crabisland.com. We're going to be
new page coming up, and
helping you with that.
I'm gonna, if you want your advertising on there, we're gonna do it for free for 2020. So if people want to put, give me a logo, send me a logo. Anybody I can promote for business. I mean, I want to see everybody do well.
When it comes to this area, did you know when you Google this area, Crab Island, it almost like pops up on the top of the search
I like
list.
the sound of that. That makes me feel
So,
good.
I mean, it's great. It's a great marketing opportunity.
Well, I think it's also one of the best assets. You know,
second is What's Up Emerald Coast.
So it's one of the best assets the Emerald Coast has. And you know, and our guest today is going to be fantastic. We're going to talk about a little real estate. And one of the things I always notice when you look at most real estate companies' web pages. Somewhere, if not on the cover, right after that is a picture of Crab Island. Is an aerial photo.
That's true.
You know, whether it's focused on Destin or focused on Crab Island itself, looking towards Niceville, or even looking back across to the west towards Fort Walton. That's a great marketing tool as far as a photograph to represent what the Emerald Coast is about. And we're going to talk a little bit about that with our guest today with real estate. So
yeah. Well, I'll tell you what.
We got some.
You want to save those days for later? Or let's do that later. Because I want to go ahead and bring up today's paper.
Okay.
And we were talking about this. We were a couple of things on this front page here.
Front page.
Yeah, and it's interesting because I actually asked our guest if he would be available to talk with us today, and there and lo and behold, they're talking about short-term rentals. Now,
that's right.
He's not necessarily a short-term rental real estate guy, but he can give us the heartbeat of the. So without further ado.
Now, hold on. I take a little issue. Though, as we bring him on here, because in reading that article today, I just have to say, I drive through Destin, Fort Walton just about every day, a couple times, back and forth. And even though the county is preparing for a plan, I think the people are already doing it. So, you know, as we're going forward, one of the themes of our show has been pandemic life and going forward. But if you look at the plates in everybody's parking lot, when you go down Okaloosa Island, when you go into Destin, those plates don't all say Okaloosa County. They say Georgia. They say a lot of Alabama, Louisiana, and Texas. And I welcome everybody here. I want to see everybody busy. But I just say that we need to be cautious and we need to be prepared.
And these are like Airbnb folks?
A lot of this is Airbnb, which down the road we'll talk about that as far as the rental program goes. Those Airbnbs don't necessarily provide taxes to the community. And so I take a little bit of an issue with those revenues. Granted, for the homeowners, the property owners, I want to see them make revenue, okay, assuming they live in my community. And there's no guarantee of that. They're investment property often for people from out of town, but the taxes that are generated for those properties don't necessarily, they don't even generate sales tax necessarily for bed taxes, say, is what they don't get to contribute to, or is bed tax. And the bed tax is what helps grow our community. So I know that was a controversy pre-pandemic. I'm sure it shall be a controversy post-pandemic. But as we, a lot of that definitely influences the property values in the community, and that's why we want to bring our guest on today. So
right, because I'm going to pull him in right now. Hey, this is Denis Milonas. How are you doing, Dennis? Can you hear us?
I can, RJ. How are you?
Awesome. I have good audio.
Yeah.
So
Dennis is with Keller Williams. Is that correct?
Keller Williams Realty, Emerald Coast.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got 6 offices throughout the area. Our main office is in Destin.
Awesome.
So Dennis, as we, I know you're not a short-term rental guy necessarily, but you do know the property, residential property throughout the Panhandle, and you got a big group. Over my time in the bar business, let's just say, I've known a lot of great Keller Williams people. I've hosted a couple of events with Keller Williams people. You've always been a fun group. I'm not trying to blow smoke up your, as I say this, but I know that organization I have a lot of accolades for. I give it a lot of accolades. It's the events I've always held. The group is always fun. The leadership you have has been fantastic. So that being said, now that I've charmed you a little bit, tell us a little bit what you kind of see. One of the premises of the show is, how does the pandemic life affect the Panhandle as we get back to some normalcy? What do you see in your crystal ball? Because people are going to look at, what's the value of my home? What's happening? Why are Fort Walton Beach houses so jumping in price right now? It seems to be the thing. Rental property is hard to come by. I think I'm answering my own question. So, I could just shake your head and I know what I'm talking about. Okay, thanks.
Load them all up.
Thanks for being here today, Dennis. I appreciate it.
A, B, C, and D.
So talk a little bit about what's going on in the market and what are the driving factors and where you see it going.
All right. Well, obviously, real estate is local in nature. So I took a snapshot of the 32548, our code here, code right here, to our zip code to figure out where we at. I can pull real-time statistics on a daily basis. So looking back over a period of time and trying to project forward to where we're going. I can tell you that basically we are in a very, very, as far as single family residences, we're in a low inventory and a very strong seller's market. It's a great time to sell, but it's also a great time to buy because of historically low interest rates.
Right.
VA rates right now running about 2.75,
wow,
which is really, really cheap. So we're seeing a lot of people homeowners actually refinancing. The lenders are very, very busy. However, our inventory in the 32548 as of today is 37 single family homes.
Wow.
With an average price of 364.9, and they don't stay on the market very long. If they're in the 200 to 250 price range, they're gone within, I'd say, 24 to 48 hours.
Wow.
Yeah,
I like that smile on your face. I like that smile on your face when you said that.
Yeah, I really thought things were going to slow down because of what's going on, and it has caused some different types of dynamics that we're finding out every day. So are we going to be in a problem if there are people taking their mortgages and using the advantage of the forbearance? In other words, where mortgage companies are allowing them not to pay their mortgage payments for a couple of months, so they're going to have to catch them up. Don't know how that's going to affect things. It could affect things in a negative way. If they can't make them up, then it depends on if the government's going to bail us out again like they did back in 08. I've been in real estate in the area for 16 years and 50-year resident here, but the what I'm seeing as far as a crystal ball, Chris, is we are going to be a strong, strong market, especially because we are so less affected when we're talking about our market because of the military.
Yeah.
That's right.
No, the military's been they've had some stop move orders. Those are going to be relaxed. So there's going to be some pent up demand where people have been sitting on the fence. And this is our busy time of year. We're coming into the May to June time period where everybody wants to, either move or relocate or move up and move down. So listings are very hard to come by, and properties are going off the market, multiple offer situations. So agents have to be, have to have skill and diligence when it comes to working with those. And we have deals falling out because of COVID related issues.
Yeah.
I had one that fell out actually this morning. We went under contract, and then the gentleman was going to move in with his son and his property, and his son lost the last straw on contracts he's been working on. His son, I don't know what's happened, but it's been very traumatic to the family, and now they're not going to buy.
Wow.
So we are affected by all types of different dynamics because in every transaction there's about 50 people involved in it.
Fair.
So you can see when we add all this to it and all the repercussions, it's a kind of a mixed challenge, I would say. The challenges are arising every day.
So is it fair to say that I'm sorry to hear if the gentleman had some issues. I hope he's healthy and the family does well. But if that means you've got 48 hours, that unit's probably going to sell anyway. If any of the viewers are watching our show, contact you right now and say, we saw this on the show, do we get a referral fee?
Well, I do have a real estate school, so if you get your license, I can pay you a referral without a problem at all.
Thank you, Dennis. I'm just trying to make $1. That's all. The bartender in me. Yeah. Now let me back up a little bit. The bartender in me. I appreciate you saying the military. To me, I've always said in this community, in the 30 years now that I've lived here, I've always said that there's like a baseline to value of the Panhandle property because the federal government is those military bases. We added one 10 years ago in the 7th group. And so when you add the money that comes in, it's kind of, I don't want to call it guaranteed money, but it's pretty steady that even when the economic downturn in 2009 and 10 occurred, this area did pretty well over time. Is it fair to say that the combination now of that baseline combined with the fact that the Panhandle is even more appealing from a property value because we're spread out? We're not a big urban environment. We're the biggest little secret on the Gulf Coast, if in my mind. Is it fair to say that helps when people want space? They want to have open air. They want to be at the beach. We have one of the best boating environments in the country. Am I crazy to think all those things are kind of underlying factors to help you do your job and help those sellers?
Well, if you look at an area map, and that's if you have an area, a lot of real estate offices have area maps, and you look at the Eglin Reservation, and you look at the Gulf of Mexico, and you see that thin line of availability of buildable land, which is really, really difficult. What we're seeing right now is a resurgence of the older houses that were built back in the 50s. When my in-laws built their house back in 1952, that house is gone. They're building a brand new house on their property. So we're seeing that turnover and property values really going way, way up, especially in the 32548.
That's the heart of Fort Walton Beach.
Absolutely. So again, so that is basically what I'm seeing go forward. We are going to be in a strong environment for selling, and as long as interest rates are low, it's always going to be a great time to buy. And I don't see those interest rate changing anytime soon.
Yeah, this is true. So, all right. Well, that's.
So you're going to ask
townhomes, condos are different. Townhomes and condos are a different area, but they're still in a slight seller's advantage.
Okay.
It's amazing how condominiums are still bringing really strong money. The average price of the median list price of a condominium is $369,000, and there are 127 on the market right now in the 32548.
I'm gonna go out on a limb with a little bit of a bartender prediction. Granted, I preface that with a bartender prediction because it's I'm not licensed in real estate as you are. I have a lot of respect for what you do and the time you put into it. But when you get into the conversations, you understand it. We have a wonderful lifestyle that we choose to have at along the Emerald Coast. Am I crazy also to think, I'm just crazy in general, I think most of the time, but those condos that you're pointing out, if short-term rentals are going to be in this, granted, we want to get them rented right now, and I get it. People want their income, that's why they invested. But is it fair to say that a lot of those condos, people might be looking at those as a primary residence as they look to escape major urban places, Houston, Louisiana, Birmingham, Atlanta, that those are going to be owner occupied a little bit more. So that might help keep the baseline of condominiums from dipping too much while we work out this idea of the short-term rentals coming back and trusting being out in the social environment. Is that a fair thing? Am I wrong in that thinking?
Well, it's, again, if I could go back to the being, if we look at like 32548 versus 32541, which is Destin, it's amazing. Just that one island it makes a huge difference in what you're talking about.
Okay.
Because we go over towards Destin, then we have so many more condominiums. They are actually, places like let's say the Palms on the north side of 98 or Destin on the south side. We can see that it depends. It's all about inventory.
Yeah.
Really. However, we're seeing a resurgence, and you've got to realize the aging of America, with the baby boomers now getting older, and their parents are moving on and needing to do this kind of thing, and people not being able to stand the winter weather. So every winter we're seeing more of like what you're talking about.
The retirement center,
residential type of situation, especially in Fort Walton. Now maybe not in Destin, because most people, if they want a residential condo, don't want to put up with the traffic and the tourist section part of it.
Fair enough.
But I would absolutely see that increasing in demand. We've got a brand new development on actually where Coquina Isle used to be after it was tore up after Hurricane Ivan. There's a whole new condominium development there that are selling in the 750s on Okaloosa Island.
On Okaloosa Island. That's good to see. That's good to see. That's good to see. So you were going to ask him about the alternate career?
The alternate career. Most people don't know very much about the fact that you're also a local performer. And one of your performer duties here, more or less, or one of your outlets, is the
Autumn Poultry.
Autumn Poultry.
Fantastic.
So, and I understand that you went ahead and did a...
Are you going to play us a clip?
A clip from... Yeah, you did
I just like saying that.
Oh
I get to say we have a clip. We're going to promote we're going to promote the band. Here we go. This is on the back
deck of my house on Saturday.
That's outstanding.
It was a beautiful day.
So this is one of the things that you've been doing since you've not been able to go out and perform at any of the local
we performed at Lion Studios before, and out in Niceville at the brewery company out there, and in different places, and haven't been able to do that. So this was our first get together since about 2 months ago.
That's fantastic. That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, and then Dennis and I have known each other since we first met at Stagecrafters in 1986.
So you're
Guys and Dolls.
He's an actor as well. You are a man of many talents.
So was the last time?
Once, Chris.
Was the last time we?
Fair enough.
The last time we performed together, was that the Big River?
I believe it was Big River.
So I think I might have
Look at that. RJ with that beard.
Just some people to do it. When the sun goes down in the south and comes up in the east, well, step right up and see the wonder of the ages. Guaranteed visual feast.
That is awesome.
Well, you can imagine a menagerie air created by a couple of guys. Well,
That's awesome.
what they're gonna see is gonna have to empty up a dollar for the ticket. Anybody wondering what's going on? So we'll find out when they chase us through the tickets with the darkness falls on down.
Dennis, I know you have talent. I'm shocked that RJ does. I had no idea. I thought RJ was just a tech nerd. I had no idea that he had some creative talent to go with it. I had no idea.
I'm on an onion. I have layers.
Man, it's like every week I learn something more about this tech guy over here. As he gets more comfortable with the spread, the rest of him comes out. It's kind of it's a nice It's a nice metamorphosis watching this guy. So I knew you had talent. There was no question in my mind about that.
Yeah, it was a fun memory bringing up that old clip from.
Absolutely.
Well, Dennis,
That was a
thank
lot
you
of
for
fun.
chatting about some property, what's going on, and as the summer unfolds, I hope you'll come back and maybe give us a report on if it's as my predictions were or as my thinking was, perhaps, and make me feel good about. I might know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
But please come back, and hopefully, as the pandemic life spreads out and we get past this slowly but surely, that you'll let us know how things are going. And I really appreciate you coming on today to talk about it. So thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, Chris.
And if we ever do put together a What's Up Emerald Coast festival event
Concert
or something
tour?
like that, or,
Yeah.
or
Sponsored
charitable
tour?
event, I know who we're going to.
Autumn Poultry. I almost had you booked. I almost had you booked at my
I know
restaurant.
it.
I was trying. I was trying.
I know.
I had plans,
Appreciate
and things just went away. But we'll get back to it, my friend. Thank you very much.
All right. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right. So I feel better about property value in the Panhandle is safe, so
Safe.
to speak. Safe. Now, if you're a renter, it's a struggle because the other side of that coin is the clientele. The people that mostly rent spaces along the coast. And a lot of them are bar and restaurant people, hospitality industry, and they are nearby to my heart. That's a struggle. Those are the people that we talked about just yesterday being unemployed, still struggling to find unemployment checks. So as they turn around and have to and then that's going to come back and affect the people that have the property because they're looking for solid tenants. So we're kind of all in this together as we move forward, and this is going to be a big
And
big
I love
factor.
the idea that all the properties are kind of refreshing themselves. And all these
That's true.
I mean, Fort Walton Beach is kind of historic in aspects. I mean, we have a lot of.
That's right.
This is like the center and everything spread out from here.
Well,
So
the
all
zip
center,
code-
all the buildings are in the 50s and 60s.
That's right.
And now they're getting all kind of refreshed.
There you go.
And that brings up the value of everything else as well.
The zip
Plus,
code
just
you're
the location
referencing-
is awesome.
The zip code you're referencing from Dennis is exactly what you described. There are a lot of houses built in the 50s and 60s that go back to the history of Eglin Air Force Base being the driver here into the community. And you're right. It was fun watching. We joked early on in the show about Home Depot and Lowe's and being COVID compliant as they did it. But why was everybody in there? They're fixing up.
They're taking advantage of this time. They really were.
I think the first show you were talking about you were doing gardening yourself, and I was like, just keep yourself
grass
busy.
seeds. I'm still waiting for the seed.
So that was good stuff.
Time to sod. So
What am I celebrating today? We gonna do it?
Yes and no.
What?
It wasn't
No?
really nothing really great. I think it was
No food?
today. This is a weird one.
Okay.
Because I don't have the graphic load up.
Okay.
But it's actual May Ray Day.
May Ray Day.
Now it's supposed to be. It's actually kind of got a double meaning to it. So
Okay.
sort of like, hey, instead of saying hey you can call him Ray. May I call you Ray?
Hey,
so I don't
Ray Day?
It's National May Ray Day. But the other one is actually just celebrate the sun, the rays, go outside. That's the whole idea.
I was thinking that for the Tampa Bay Rays. They were the Devil Rays, but now they're the Tampa Bay Rays.
Well, okay.
But,
well, we'll just change it. It's the National Tampa Bay
I think
Rays
I'll just end
May
it.
Day.
I think I'll go back to how I started. It's my mom's birthday, so I'm going to say happy birthday, Mom, again.
And
And
we wouldn't be here
without Moss Coffee.
with Moss
Thanks,
Coffee.
Jim.
Thank you, Moss Coffee.
And-
And
Yeah,
and
that
of
was
course-
good stuff.
And Daily News for providing at least our segues into our callers here. We appreciate that. So
All right, it's Tuesday. You guys get out there, enjoy a beautiful day. Post rain. It's going to rain in the next couple of days, so enjoy it today.
right.
And
But
for all
give your sprinklers a break.
of our for all of our friends
my
out
well, my well just went out. So actually, I'm really thankful that it's going to rain.
there, you'll be
'cause
back
I
at
know
Home Depot.
I've got a well digging guy. kinda
Everybody
coming
out
in.
there, as we get back to it, and the season's right around the corner, we hope. So stay rational out there, my friends.
Have a great day.
Your sprinklers are out.
Thank you.